etc. The show is seen on so many different times, I never know what I should give for salutation. I'm your host, Vida Verdon, and I have a good show for you tonight, so quickly get your coffee, your tea, your milk, your beer, whatever. Sit down. This one's for you. Now, you know, every community has a senior center, and I'm talking to all you couch potatoes out there. And you know what? What you need to do is you need to get these little gray cells up here working, and you need to get out and get some movement. We're going to focus on a senior center and the workings of it today, and the one that we have chosen happens to be right in our backyard, Libertyville, Illinois. I know this show is seen all over. Libertyville, Illinois is a suburb of Chicago, and we're going to focus on the senior center there and the workings of it. This particular center has two functions to it. Well, it has more than that, but we're focusing on two functions of it. There is a director of the senior center, and I have her with us today, and we're going to find out who she is, what her job is, and what makes it go. And then housed within the confines of the senior center is a senior council. And I have the president and the vice president today, and we're going to find out the workings and what they have in store for the future. But we're going to give a warm welcome to the director of the senior center, Carol Lopez. It's so nice to have you here today, and we want to know, I'll tell you, I've gotten to know the audience. They've become friends with me. They stop me on the street, and you know, they want to know everything up close and personal. So tell them a little bit about yourself, you know, like who you are, where you came from, and they like to know all the nitty-gritty.
All the nitty-gritty?
Yeah.
Well, my name is Carol Lopez, and as Vida said, I'm the director of the Libertyville Senior Center. I'm born and raised in North Chicago, went to school in North Chicago, College of Lake County, mother of 2 children, and very active in community service in all my life. Have a real passion for seniors and giving back. When I was growing up, my grandmother was a very big influence in my life. She used to let us sit on her lap in the rocking chair and gave me many, many, many good pointers. And I felt if I was ever in a position to be able to give back some of what she gave me, I would love to do that. And I feel like at the Libertyville Senior Center, I have an opportunity to do that.
And exactly when did you take over?
This is my 3rd year. I'm in my 3rd year now. I was in a position in my life when I needed something to fulfill myself. I had been laid off at a previous job in a social service agency. Of course, the economy was bad, and we were all experiencing that type of activity at that time. And so I was looking, I thought I could retire. Well, haha, I needed something more to stimulate myself. So I was looking for something that was where I'd feel comfortable, where I'd feel welcomed, where I'd feel not alone in my life. And when I walked into the Libertyville Senior Center, I have never felt alone. I always had found the spirit there that I was looking for.
Now tell us, you know, what does the director do?
Well, the director job encompasses lots of things. I organize and schedule programs and services. I oversee them. We also have a lunch program on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, which I oversee.
Now on the lunch program,
yes,
the person has to book it at least 24 hours ahead of time, right?
The lunch program we ask for 3 days ahead. And the reason we do that is because we work with local vendors, restaurateurs, and they need to know ahead of time how many people there will be attending. So 3 days ahead we ask for payment and for booking. For people. And then we have various sundries of numbers from 10 to 100. It just depends.
And then you have other programs besides the lunch program. What are some of the other programs?
Well, I want to show you our senior update. And this encompasses all the programs. Daily we have programs like exercise, knitting bees, sit and be fit. Mondays we have that ballroom dancing. Birthday bash is the second Monday of the month. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, we have all different types of programs. It's vital for seniors, I believe, to exercise. So I try to have as much exercise program available. We even have a sit and be fit exercise program, which one can sit in a chair and work with bands and things, which still strengthens our body, but gives us a different, we don't have to stand to do it. We also have programs like dominoes. We have different types of arts and wood carving.
Yeah. So there's a series of programs. I know you also have a cookbook. I want to get
do,
that in because it's only a minute left.
Oh, how quick this goes. This is our Senior Moments cookbook, which just came out this year. It's $10, and if you'd like a copy of it, you can call me at the Senior Center, 847-247-7659, and we can get you one.
And I want to ask you one quick question. Now, what is it that gratifies you about this work that you're doing? What satisfies you?
Well, you know, I just love working with the people. I think it's important for people to know just because we have a chronological age of 97 does not mean we cannot do anything. Most of our seniors can run circles around 30-year-olds. So that, and then the wisdom I gain from them, you know, just the wisdom.
Well, that's good. I'm going to have to go into my pearls now. I call this Vita's Pearls of Wisdom. And, you know, I'm thankful for all the writing and the emails and the communication that I get from my audience. And you are the nucleus of why this show is gone on for all this time. And what I do is I try to feature all the shows around you. Now, we do have a website, and I'd like to remind you what that website is. And the website is senior, spell it out, small casing, issues, etc., etc.org. And if you go there, I think you'll find out all the information of what we're doing and who we are, and you can find out how to contact us. I also have an email, and my email is Vita Verdon Small Casing at netzero.net. And also, we are online. So if you go into Libertyville patch and .com, then you could look up the show. Just you have to link into senior, because that's an online newspaper, senior issues, etc., or my name. And I think that we have probably 30 or more shows online. Once it's online, it's up there forever. And I know that the shows go all over the country, and I've heard from people all over the country. It's amazing with technology, you know, that even at our age, you know, we're being dragged into the 21st century, which we are grateful for. But any show that you feel that you'd like to have on, or you feel that you'd like to be on, or you'd like to come and view the making of the show, just contact us. And when you contact us, you'll get a response from you, because we try to fashion all the shows that we have around the response that we're getting from our audience. And after all this time, you know, I feel like we've become a community family, and I kind of know like what you want and how you want it. You want it short and sweet, and you want to know everything, and you want to have it now, and you like to be entertained. I will say that in January I have something very unusual booked. It's something I never came across, and I'll just give you a sneak preview of it. It's a pantomime. It's a form of a pantomime, and it's a pantomime that I saw in all places, a church that I was invited to just as a guest for an anniversary party, and I was so impressed that I contacted them and I booked it for the show. So you have to continue to watch it. I have them booked for the end of January. So, you know, the holidays are coming up. Don't sweat it. Sit back and relax, you know, and let the younger ones do the work, and you just give the advice. Now, this next duo that I'm going to introduce, I want to talk a little bit about this, okay? They're from the Senior Council. Now, first of all, I'm reiterating that you out there, I'm speaking to you and you and you and you and you and you sitting on the couch, okay? You are the nucleus of why we have a show. We've been doing this for 13 years, and we couldn't do this, you know, if we didn't have an audience. And we're grateful that Comcast gives us their studio plus a technician. We're very grateful for that. And the crew I have here is the best crew in the universe. If I could not do this without this crew that I have. Out of 12 people, volunteers, nobody gets a dime for this, and everybody loves doing it, we have 7 over 80 years old. And that is remarkable. That's why we get so much press. And the third element is if we didn't have benefactors that give us some grant money, we wouldn't be able to survive, because we don't have large expenses, but we do have expenses that do mount up. We have costs, and this group from the Senior Council is one of our prime benefactors. Now, I'll tell you, when in a grouping of people like a Senior Council or any organization, when somebody has run it for a very long time, the next people that follow, it's a hard act to follow. And it doesn't matter whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, because you always get that but factor. But we never did it before like this. And I do have admiration and I do have compassion for this next duo, because they have risen up to the success of this. And in spite of all these but factors, they have succeeded at bringing it into the 21st century in a new fashion, in a delightful way. So I'd like to introduce 2 people, and I have to say this correctly, so I'm going to look at my cheat sheet. It's Vera Butkovich. Did I say it right?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And Jim King.
Right.
And Vera is the president, and Jim is the vice president. So, Vera, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I moved into Libertyville, into Illinois, from Memphis, Tennessee in 1999. I sell real estate, and I wanted to give back to the community from which I really get my salary from, which I take from. I started donating my time with the Civic Center, and then I got involved with the Senior Council probably about 4 years ago when the former president retired. And we've been, like you said, it's been just an evolution. We've been redeveloping different programs.
And how about for you, Jim? Tell us a little bit about yourself, first of all.
Hi, I've been involved in Libertyville since 1972, so I've been here quite some time. And I've watched the town grow and age. I've aged along with the town. My wife passed away about 12 years ago, and in 2006, the people I was working for decided that they were going to retire. And at the same time, I was approached by our senior program at our church, and they asked me to step up and help, because the 2 folks there, Helen and Craig, were retiring from service, and they were on the Senior Council. So the confluence of things came together. It allowed me to step up and become a part, and I've always been volunteering for a long time. I do volunteer and help a lot. So this was a natural fit.
So now, Vera, I wanted to talk to you. Now, what programs do you have going on right now?
Right now, we just, we're going to start for the new year, getting ready for our Senior Hall of Fame. That'll be in May, which is senior, not a senior, an adult month we send out letters and
it's a person who has contributed to the
we send out letters to various groups and churches in the Libertyville Township area. so they can nominate a senior, a 60-plus-year-old person, to be part of our Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's good. That's a good thing.
Yes.
You know, because it brings recognition to people who wouldn't get it otherwise.
Correct. And we've been doing this since 1997, and we've had somewhere around 256 nominees.
Oh, that's a lot.
That is a lot. We get about 12 a year, which is, it's one of our biggest events.
Uh-huh.
You know, we also have, we started last year a wine and cheese event.
Uh-huh.
Followed by, we had a high tea last year also.
Oh, that's nice. Now, what have you seen, Jim, in what changes have gone on?
Well, the program has changed quite a bit. We also had a change in the directorship when Carol came on board.
Uh-huh.
And part of that was looking at new programs and new ideas. And the council itself has added to that things such as the little black dress affair,
Uh-huh.
and people coming in and dressing up. And the people, and the birthday bash is another simple one. But I really think that the program has been available to offer the seniors a place to go, a place to have fun, a place to enjoy each other's company. And I participate in some of them, but I go and visit all the time. And I find that people are very engaging. They really enjoy what they do. And that's what I get the benefit out of, watching somebody enjoying themselves.
You go and visit where?
At the center.
Oh, at the center. You mean you attend the center
Sure.
quite often?
Yep.
Yeah. Now, how often do you have your meetings?
We have our meetings the second Friday of every month.
Of every month. And how many people are in the council?
Right now, we need a couple of more people. We're down to 10 people right now.
And you usually have about a dozen?
A dozen, yeah, 12 to 15.
Mm-hmm. And do you feel, what kind of gratification do you feel that you've received since you've come on? It's probably been a learning experience.
It's been a learning experience for me. I think the gratification has been where somebody might say something. Our biggest issue was having a ramp in front of the Civic Center versus the one in back, where one of our members wrote a letter to the Civic Center saying with the new renovations that the Civic Center was having, why can't you put in a ramp?
Well, that's a very good idea.
And we, got enough votes at the Civic Center where we were able to put it in.
Oh, that's a really nice thing.
Mm-hmm.
And what are your plans then for the future? Do you talk about expanding?
We're trying to expand all the time. We're trying to do new ideas along with what Carol would like to do that would get more people, involved. Like the little black dress, our wine event. Things that we could have dress-up events. Everybody seems to want to dress up instead of be so casual like we're out right now.
Now, to focus on the three of you together, now you have to interact. Now, what is the interaction? You have to interact with the council also? What is your interaction with the council?
Yes, I attend the meetings regularly because I'm a council member also.
Oh, you're a council member also, so you wear two hats there.
So I do attend the meetings regularly, and the senior council has been so wonderful in providing funds for many, many, many of our programs. And whatever ideas I come up with, I bring to them, and they usually back us monetarily. So many of the programs and things we wouldn't be able to have if we didn't have the senior council backing.
Well, now you say you're looking for some new members.
We're always looking for new members, new volunteers.
So why don't you give out a telephone number in case anybody happens to be watching and they say, you know what, maybe I'm interested in that.
Okay, my cell phone number is 224-715-2134.
Well, give that again now.
224-715-2134. And the council's phone number is?
918-847-918.
Okay, say that again.
It's
918.
It's 847-918-8898.
All right. So if anybody out there is interested in calling or becoming a member of the senior council, call us. Now, you know, I wanted to, we went real quickly through this cookbook. Did you have something else you wanted to bring up?
I just wanted to give you a kind of an idea of the programs that the Senior Council has funded.
Okay.
Our birthday bash is the second Monday of every month, and it's a regular event.
All right, now let's stop right here. What is a birthday bash?
A birthday
Do
bash.
you hit somebody over the head?
Yes.
That's what somebody would say. What is that? They come and they, happy birthday, gong.
We have a party and we celebrate the birthdays for that month.
All right.
And we have a lunch at noon, and then at 1 o'clock we usually have a band that comes and plays from 1 to 3, and there's dancing, and people enjoy some birthday cake. And
Are there any men to dance with?
oh, there are all kinds of men that come, yes.
All kinds of men?
All kinds of men.
Hear that, ladies?
And then other things, the Senior Council provided the seed money for our cookbook. Without the Senior Council, we wouldn't have the cookbook. Also, different programs, like we provided opera and TV commercials, butterfly and hummingbird gardening with color, a Vince DeAngelis variety show. They also subsidize a foot clinic. We had New Tradition Barbershop Quartet, which they subsidize. They pay a portion of the ticket for any time we go to Marriott, Lincolnshire for the theater shows. They pay the transportation. We also had the Hats and High Tea and the Hall of Fame. And a new event this year that we had was a dress-up event. It was called Dancing with the Seniors. It was kind of a takeoff on the Dancing with the Stars. It was a wonderful dress-up event, and the Senior Council paid $5 of everybody's ticket to get in. So the Senior Council is very instrumental in working with the Senior Center in order to provide wonderful programs and services for our seniors.
Well, that's good. Now, do you work outside of the being president of the Senior Council?
Yes, I do. I work. I sell real estate in the Lake County area.
And so, but what have you learned since you've been on the Senior Council? How does that incorporate it in your life?
You know, I would say it's been enlightening. I like working with seniors. I lost my parents about 2.5 years ago, so this has been kind of like an escape to help out people and to see them grow, especially you know, the council members.
You know what? I'm 80 years old, and I've never been 80 before. And you know, there's no like manuscript out there that this is how you should behave in this age, you know, this technical age, you know. And I do stumble through the computer, you know, but if I call any support group, I immediately tell them, slow down, I'm 80 years old, take it easy, you know, and just speak clearly and tell me where is that on the computer, you know, to hunt and peck. So it's like, we're the first generation that's lived this long. So we're the first ones coming out. And I know that I'm asked to speak at different places, and when I go, I bring a big cowbell with me, you know, and to get their attention, I ring that cowbell. I say, I'm a modern day Paul Revere, and I ring the cowbell, and I say, wake up, the baby boomers are coming. Wake up, the baby boomers are coming. Because it is an enlightening learning experience, knowing how to behave and what we can learn, because, you know, like my mother's generation, after a certain age, forget it, you know, it's over. That's it, you know.
Right.
So we've had to learn a whole new way. Now, you had to go through an adjustment, I bet, after your wife died.
I did.
And then, like, how do you're not like 21, you know, how do you like re-enter any kind of social?
I've been involved in a lot of social programs, many of which have revolved around my church and the activities, which is actually how I got here, because we had, we call it the Fun and Lunch Bunch Senior Program, which I helped run at our church. And I was nominated to be in the Hall of Fame back in 2006. That's how I got introduced. And so I've been involved through that part, but I run food pantry. I'm doing other volunteer work at the church. I'm 75 years old. I'm old enough to be almost old now.
Right.
I'm not quite made it yet. And I have fun. I really have fun working with the people. That's what it's all about. Making people laugh.
That really is what it's all about. And as this show is being filmed in November, and we're approaching the holiday season, and each one of us have childhood memories of what it used to be. But you want to know something? What it is what's right now. And so we're the ones that have to learn how to adapt to what's happening in the world situation. And we may not like everything that's happened and how things have turned out, but you know, thank God we're still alive. You know, if somebody asked me, how's it going? I said, I'm alive, you know, and that's a good thing. Well, you know, it's nice to know that I think you've given like good inspiration to people, like for what's available for them. And, you know, you can talk about it, but what people have to do is you have to try it. Try it. You have to step out of your comfort zone and get out there. And there's a senior center in every community around. So each one of you have to get out of your comfort zone, learn how to volunteer, learn how to extend yourself, and with that you'll be extending your life and extending your joy, because that's where our strength comes from, is joy, not dreariness. And so with that, we have to remember that I have a heart for this last Thanksgiving. What warmed my heart is I volunteered at the Gurney Community Church, and I tell you, I talk about inspirational. There was 200 from Great Lakes, and they were just coming out of boot training, so they were coming out of being drilled, and it was a total joy. So you know what time it is now. When you out there come to the end of your rope, you tie a knot and you hang on real tight. You know why? Because the best is yet to come, and what we want to do this week is catch the spirit. God bless you. We love you.